the bus going round and round. Got the wheels on the bus going round and round. Yeah, wheels going round and round. Yeah, and we rolling through your town. Yeah, round and round and round and round and round.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the one, the only Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bacon Dudley. We are your first, your only source for mediocre, below average sports coverage. Glad you could join us today. My name is Chill. Got a table full this morning. Law's filling his mouth over here as we speak. A lot of good grub happening as we sit in here. But I've already said Law, so let's go ahead and bring him in first. Yeah.
Get that bankhead.
The bankhead bounce.
Get that bounce, baby. That bounce.
Oh, man, he had a cup of coffee in the Marines. They call him short story long. Survives daily off of 5-hour energy shots. 0% research, 100% passion. He is a War Eagle for life. I'm talking about the Bear, Mitch Lawhorn.
Morning, fellas.
Boy, it's been a while since we heard this one.
Little John walking through the forest.
People probably turn the radio off as we speak. He looks like chewed up bubblegum with his shirt off. Nobody drives out a brisket still like him. When he smiles, his eyes close. His head is small, but his face is fat and puffy. I'm talking about the red-headed wonder, y'all, Matt Opie Hightower.
Yeah, I've been noticing lately that I got that self-driving mode on my truck. It keeps telling me to keep my eyes on the road, even though they are.
Can't pick him up. Can't sense him. That was a humble brag in case y'all missed about his nice truck. So, oh man, what's good, fellas? How we doing?
It's good to be back, man. I was really looking forward to being here this morning. Really looking forward to Law being here, not Adam.
It's good to see you again.
It is, and it's kind of like the last couple of weeks. I know what Law's been going through. I mean, I didn't post about it, cry about it on Facebook, but I tell you what I did do is I know how it feels, because
I also did not cry about it.
I know how it feels to be put, just
on the back
thrown
burner
away, because it's like, oh, you can't make it this day? Well, sorry about you.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Well, they put baby in the corner every week. It was like, oh, you got, when y'all were out and having a nice little Thanksgiving breakfast in here, it was like, well, we could have it at a time you could come, or we could do it an hour later and you can't come. So we'll just have breakfast then. And that pretty much is how it's going for the last 3 weeks. I've been available every week, just not on the right day for you and Height.
That's what happened with me.
I'm pretty available.
That's what happened with me up.
Yeah. No, so I get it.
The world revolves around Height. I figured this.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, I've been knowing that my whole life.
That's what I was going to say. You're probably used to that.
And if you hear him chewing in the microphone this morning, that is probably Law, but that is thanks to Miss Haley Lawhorn for just, coming in the clutch, providing breakfast. We got regular pigs in a blanket. We've got cinnamon roll, which are my favorite, pig in a blanket with some sausage in them. And then, what do we got down there, Law?
Date nut balls.
Yeah. Date nut balls.
Sounds sexual.
Especially, is that why you eat this? Especially when you say it,
They're sweet. They're really.
I don't know why you kept eating so many of them.
If you like sweet balls, they're really good.
And obviously you do, bud.
They're very good.
Well, when she does stuff like this, it makes me just upset with the fact that Height kicked you off the show like you did, because we've been missing out.
Well, it's only fair though that we get this while he's not here, even though he's the one who really has been asking for him.
Well, baby figured the only way to get myself back on the show, is for her to bribe y'all with food.
Well, I'm glad it means that much to her. She
said a lot of fat bodies on that show.
There are. And she said, hey, let's take these regular ones too, because that redheaded boy don't like the sweet ones.
The big redheaded
boy don't like it. The big redheaded boy will be just
She
fine.
actually said Adam's brother.
Oh, okay.
Adam's brother.
So that's how you remember. You just threw that in just to hurt me.
Man, that would have been so much better. The fact that she said big redhead boy when you the only redheaded we got on here, but she had to put big with it.
Well,
that redheaded boy.
She might could do my intro then.
Oh man, so thanks again, Haley, man. Delicious. But wherever you are listening, make sure you are subscribed. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Like it. Dislike it. We don't like you if you dislike it, but you feel free to do that. Or you can visit our website at www.thebiguglysportshow.com. com. All right. Getting closer to Christmas, guys. We got our half day for teachers today. It'll be the last day of school. Fired up about that. But before we dive much further, I'd be remiss if I did not take a quick moment to congratulate my alma mater, the Toombs County Bulldogs.
Go Dogs!
For winning the first ever state championship for Toombs County High School in football.
Really?
Yep. They won in 1975 as Lyons Senior High. It's the first one, so that's been 50 years since the city of Lyons has won one, but since they came together as Toombs County, this is the first football state championship, and they dominated all year long. Coach Buddy Martin, great coach, just community, mom and dad just down there as early as they could be yesterday, getting the best seat they could, and just the whole community showed out, so
that's
congratulations to them guys.
Big.
Yep.
And y'all were very successful in basketball this year too.
Last year, yep. Played for the state title in basketball. Played for the state title in softball this year. Wrestling.
State runner-ups in wrestling.
So they're going. This is
now that you and Hyde are gone.
Just had to get rid of it. But me and Hyde were talking about it the other day. And we're not ones to brag on ourselves.
Build a foundation.
Yeah, we're most humble in everything that we do. And but
Hyde's on the mall.
It's his. I posted on Facebook last night. Talking about congrats to him. Hyde commented, we did it.
I saw that.
He's got some people that don't really know him at our school thinking he graduated from
Now, are y'all the DAWG dogs? Or y'all just
if you
dogs?
spell it Bulldogs, it's BULLDOG.
Right, but
it's kind of tomato. They'll throw some AW in there.
So I was with some people recently in a group from all over the country, and they really appreciated the way I said dogs.
With the AW in there?
Yeah. All right, go ahead and grab you a piece while you talk.
I thought you were going to talk a little longer.
All right, well, I can see why you would think that normally, but it's not monologue. It's not monologue time yet.
It did seem like it was going to be a longer spill.
Yeah, thought I had time there.
Yeah,
but
this thing picks up every noise.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about microphones.
Yeah,
I mean that one over there don't pick up unless I get right.
I think they turn mine down a little bit on purpose.
I like how he says that one over there, like these mics are stationary. That mic could easily be the one that's normally over there.
The one with teeth marks on it is Adam.
That's what I said. Somebody's been chewing on this. And there's a pube or something.
I bet it stinks too. Ooh. But back to Toombs. Height, Height and I, we've talked about this before. Height was the head middle school football coach when I was there, and we coached them to an 0-7 season. And some could argue that it was the beginning of
that was the fuel. They were like, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah, they were like, this can't happen. We got to do something. And so
sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you can.
That's right. So up. Me and Hyde have talked, and we've kind of circled back that we're kind of hoping that Coach Buddy Martin and all those kind of have that same sentiment, and maybe we can get a ring.
Well, he has lived by that before.
This ain't the first time.
He is, kind of coattailed his way into a state championship ring before, I believe.
He'll get on a coattail, won't he?
Yes.
He does got him a sweet dog.
He's always been that way. Hand out Height. That joker has always been, growing up, we lazy little Hightower boys, Daddy giving us allowance. We didn't have as much money. Adam would be out there, who's got me? I want to go, who's got me?
Who's got me? Some things never change.
Yeah.
All right, a couple of headlines that I saw that I want to talk about. One, and this was very random, but I want to see if y'all's thoughts on it. So the Yankees have signed Cody Bellinger. Did y'all see that? That's a new. I think that might have happened overnight. But his wife also dated for an extended period of time Giancarlo Stanton. So is that going to create some rift in the Yankee clubhouse with Giancarlo Stanton? They dated for like 2 years. She was even in I think it said 2018 ALCS or ALDS game that the Yankees were playing in. She was like with Aaron Judge's future wife, and they were sitting together now. She's married to Bellinger, who's now going to be teammates.
Now that might give them something to talk about. Something in common.
Eskimo Brothers?
Yeah.
Easy. Eskimo.
That's right. Nobody's once Chuck started smacking into the microphone, nobody's listening anyway. That's fine.
Nom, nom, nom.
Once we played your intro and they knew you were back, cut it off, I promise you. All right, good headline there. A lot of talk there. All right. Next one.
Nobody care about no Yankees.
Well, also, again, no heads up, so we didn't, no prep time on that.
I saw it this morning.
Yeah,
He wanted to see the expression on our face when
he's just surprised us with it. It's still better than talking about Christmas movie.
You said
brackets.
Yankees. You lost me. When you said Yankees, you lost me.
To the Christmas movie bracket situation,
I shouldn't have brought it up.
we've had in the past good feedback from that. However, with this one, I asked Jace Thompson to get me a list. He spent his time that he could have spent doing something else, putting that list together. We generated on here. Height tells me he's going to take care of getting the bracket graphic so we can upload it. Here we are in the third week. On that. Here we are in the third week. So, I don't really know there. But, all right, next topic I want to hear y'all's thoughts on, and I did send y'all this. Mike Vick is planning to take the Norfolk State job. It was Sacramento State originally that his name was getting tossed around in because allegedly they have $50 million in NIL available money. But instead, he has decided to stay closer to his home in Virginia and go to Norfolk State, which is like 20 minutes from where he lives. So, thoughts on that, number one. And number two, I want to hear, is this going to be Prime-esque? Is this the new,
he's not like Prime. He's not a
Well, so Prime,
he's not as outgoing as
he's not.
He's a big name,
and he was well known for not watching film and being a student of the game when he actually played. Prime was about his business, and he was one of the best to ever do it. Mike Vick had the best ability to ever do it, and never really did a whole lot.
I don't know what his credentials are to be a head coach.
There are none, but. Other than he played NFL. He was in the league for a long time. I'm sure he knows a lot and probably knows a good bit about playing quarterback. But
then shouldn't he start out as a quarterback coach?
You would think. So Prime started coaching his kids, and he got into it for his kids, and then got a little bit of experience.
But Prime's first
started at high school.
But his first collegiate coaching gig was as a head coach, correct?
Yeah, at Jackson State.
So how is that?
So it's not that different. And as a head coach, you're more of a CEO, and he's going to bring some credibility and notoriety to that program that would never have happened otherwise, and will bring a lot of funding dollars to that campus that would have never happened. So it will benefit the school. The school will be better off for it. And maybe he's got some insight that he can bring to those kids, but really just bringing in the right kids and bringing in better kids will make a big difference.
So you don't think that, or y'all don't think that Prime is sort of set possibly a blueprint for things of this nature, where you may see he started at HBCU and now he's had success. You can argue about whatever, but he's had success at Colorado. Let's just say in the next 6 to 8 years, do you see Vick? And we hadn't seen him coach a down, but do you see potential for him to do that?
I could see him be successful where he's at because of his name, and I would actually be surprised if he wasn't, because the schools that he's going to be competing against don't really have anything on the level that his name notoriety will bring him. So there's a lot of people that just be excited to play for Mike Vick. So I think he will be successful to a degree, but I think if he was to make a leap to a higher division, he probably would not be as successful. He doesn't have the charisma that Deion has. Deion's one of the most charismatic athletes that we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. So I think that's special, and I don't think we need to downplay that he does have some tools that lends itself to recruiting in college football.
There's got to be some. What you think, Law? There's got to be some negative feelings though about some coaches in the game that have been grinding, looking for an opportunity like this, and Mike Vick gets. You know what I mean? They just give it to somebody who has not. I'm sure there's somebody on that staff that they may be excited Vick's there, but there was also a side of them that felt like they had a chance to, or maybe have earned it. So
I think this was a trash decision. I mean, I don't even really like the topic. I just think it's stupid. I think Deion is successful.
ESPN headline.
Listen, Deion was successful because he recruited the Heisman winner. He recruited his 2 sons. I mean, you take those 3 off of his HBCU team, they don't win. You take them off the Colorado team, they don't win. I mean,
but recruiting that's part of it.
Yeah, are you recruiting if your 2 sons go to your school? He ultimately recruited Travis Hunter.
That's a much more difficult
that's it. He got Travis
process,
Hunter.
But in a way.
So every bit of NIL money, every bit of money went to Travis Hunter.
So what you're saying is next year we're going to see what they're about.
You definitely about to see what they're about. And I can almost guarantee you the next year Deion's gone.
Will they be, right now, Law, we'll circle back. The show probably won't be here then, but next year, will Colorado finish the season in the top 25?
This year?
Next year.
No, not a chance. I don't even think they make a bowl game. I don't think they have a winning season.
And so Deion will be gone I think
he'll choose to leave. I don't think he'll be fired. I mean, he's still going to bring in money. He's going to bring in tickets. Michael Vick is bringing in ticket money. Mm-hmm. That's what he's bringing in. People coming to the games. And it's still HBCU. Ain't many people going to games anyway. So, I mean, I just think it's just crazy. It's a stupid topic to even discuss. And that we're discussing it is going to bring in more ticket money to them schools.
Yeah, we'll probably affect the gate.
ESPN.
What do you think, 10%?
We're discussing it right now.
Yeah, but we're not affecting the gate.
It's a stupid topic.
Is anybody listening going to give $1 because they heard it here?
I'm not going to I'm not going to watch a Michael Vick game. I'm not going to pay money for any Michael Vick head coaching positions. I'm not going to say, you know what, we should hire him at Georgia. Not a chance. Or Deion.
He does like dogs.
I mean, ultimately, a head coach. I
had one working too.
A head coach, in general, gets the job because he is the best coach on the staff. Do you think Deion's the best coach on his staff?
Probably not.
Not a chance. I wouldn't let him call the defense. I wouldn't let him call the offense.
He probably don't.
If he's on any other coaching staff, all right, he's not calling nothing. He's not making any game time decisions. Everybody else on that staff that he's hired, now I get it, he's a leader, but in general, to get you the job is you're the best coach on the staff. And that's why Kirby Smart got hired. He was the best defensive coach on the staff. That's why Nick Saban got the job. He was the best offensive mind on the staff.
He was a defensive guy.
Was he? Mm-hmm. But he didn't. Originally, he didn't call the plays.
He was probably both. He was probably the best at both. But so I get what you're saying. So
I think a better topic to discuss is Bill Belichick going to North Carolina.
Yep. We'll save that for the other side of the break, Law.
Way better topic to discuss.
This is coming from now we're critical of topics. Okay, here we are. But
topic by the host here.
We only get
his poor leadership is what we got right here on this television.
I'm about to mute y'all. It's time for the commercial break. On the other side, we're going to got a couple more topics. Does Georgia have a wide receiver problem over there, and kind of what we can expect from Gunnar Stockton? Falcons giving the nod to Michael Penix Jr. to start for the remainder of the year. So a lot for us to muted you already. A lot for us to unpack on the other side. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
In the game of life, your choice of banks can make the difference between a championship performance and a trip to the showers. Since 1905, Bank of Dudley's been Middle Georgia's hometown banking team with a solid roster of banking products offering competitive rates and online services that help you cross your financial goal line. Come experience true relationship banking. Local people, local decisions, local banking. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Dogs.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub. 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
For all your HVAC needs, please call Elite Comfort Solutions. We specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. The number is 833-483-HVAC, and the website is www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com. Call for a free quote today.
Big Pete's Car Wash, located on Highway 80 across from Walmart in Dublin. Coming this fall. I hadn't washed my truck in 6 years. I'm breaking that streak this fall.
Lord Sausage and Country Meats. Lord Sausage is great with every meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's especially good this time of year on the grill. Whether you're tailgating or getting ready to watch the game on TV with some friends, Lord Sausage and Country Meats has been around since 1928, so they can even remember when your team was good. But don't worry about that. When you have Lord Sausage on the grill, you're a winner too.
Welcome back into the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We're here for segment 2. According to law, we've had some mediocre topics up to this point to discuss. So
just
now,
one bad one.
One bad one.
I never said mediocre. One bad topic.
Oh, bad. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Do y'all want to start here? Let's start. We'll save kind of all our college football stuff for a little bit later. So let's real quick. It was announced this morning that what?
It's just like, let's put all the bad topics first in the A segment, then let's move all the good ones as far back in the show as we can. I feel like that's the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
So Penix
and the host should be asking us what we want to talk about.
Penix as the new starter is not a big deal for.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, so that's where we are. So
right after that first commercial,
Michael Penix Jr. has been named the starting quarterback for Atlanta. Atlanta 7-7. I saw where Kirk Cousins in his last, I think it said 5 games, has 1 touchdown, 9 picks. But they are 7-7 and in the hunt.
Is that good?
It's not real good. And he's 18 touchdowns, 16 interceptions on the year. And Raheem Morris has decided to go ahead and start Penix this week. Have we seen the last of Kirk Cousins, who has just started his 4-year, $180 million contract, and as Opie alluded to off air earlier, $62 million of that received this year. So, have we seen the end of Cousins, and is it the right time to do it?
I like Kirk Cousins.
I do too.
I like giving Penix a shot too. I mean,
well, you can't like both, Law.
I can like both.
I don't. First of all, I am also a big fan of Kirk Cousins, just as a human. He's a good guy. I think
you literally don't know him.
Don't know him at all. I never met him. He may be beating his wife out.
He could be.
And children. He may shoot his neighbors a bird every morning as he gets in the car to go.
I feel like he's the kind of guy that picks up the newspaper off the street and puts it like up by the porch for him before he leaves. Just a good guy, I think. But,
just an all-around great guy.
But I don't like the move for football reasons right now, and I'll tell you why. And I get that Kirk Cousins has played badly. Undeniable, he has played badly. But whenever I see a quarterback playing bad, I start thinking, what's going on around him? Is he in a position to be successful? Are his receivers getting open? Or is his offensive line blocking for him well? Is the running game working well? Now, in Atlanta, the running game is working well.
Very well.
I think we have very limited ability at wide receiver. I think we have a tight end who doesn't like football and looks like he doesn't like football. He is terrible. One of the most disappointing draft picks that I've ever seen.
And steadily putting him on the field and never throw him the ball.
He runs the first half of routes regularly. I don't know why he's still on the field.
He's Florida Gator. That's what he expected.
He's terrible.
He was piss poor as a Florida Gator. He was piss poor.
Well, that's not true. But
yes, it's true.
You have Drake London, who is a
best tight end in the SEC.
Yeah, Drake London would be a nice tight end. He's a good possession receiver, but he has no speed on the outside. And Ray McLeod is a return guy. So we don't have any other
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney is the bright spot. Yep. He's
second in the league in 20
he's a slightly above average receiver who is the best we have, so it's working out for him, but he's not great talent. And Kirk Cousins is falling backwards on most of his throws, hitting linemen with his follow-through because they're pushed back into his face. So I don't think he's set up for success. And we are in the middle of a playoff race that we likely can still win, should still win with the schedule that we have in front of us and the schedule that Tampa Bay has in front of them. We should wind up tied at worst.
And we have the
tiebreaker by winning against them twice. So to me, you don't go all in on a rookie when you have playoffs on the line.
Right, yeah.
If we were already out of it, then sure, let's see what he's got. Because once you go to him, I don't like taking him back out and putting Cousins back in. If he I don't care how bad he plays, you got to leave him in there.
Yeah.
So you're putting us in a corner to where we have no way to turn it once we do that, and I just don't like. Now, you could argue that as bad as he's been playing, Penix can't be worse. maybe he can be mobile and run around, and that may be the case. But I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback who knows what he's doing, and there's probably a reason why he's not successful.
Yep, and I think I hate it for him, man, because I do agree. I was picking on you earlier, but he seems like a genuinely, decent person, but his numbers hadn't been good. But I'm like you, we're in the hunt. We know what he can do. We know what he is, how he's been in the playoffs in the past. He's just a good quarterback, and so now I'm like you. I don't know how you I'm not so concerned about him if you go back to him after Penix. It's more concerning about Penix going forward.
You can't go back. It's him for the rest of the season at this point. And you probably, maybe you lose yourself out of the play. But I will say the only argument for it is, say we get a playoff game, who cares? We're not going to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins playing like he is. But a home playoff game is worth a lot of money to the city of Atlanta, to the Falcons. That's a big gate. So, there's value in that. And we don't have to be that good to get a home playoff game.
Law, how would you feel about being a $62 million backup quarterback? Could you come to work every day?
Would love every second of it. I'd be Penix's biggest hype man on the sideline.
Don't put me back in, Coach.
I don't
play him.
Dude, can it get worse? I don't understand what Penix can do to make it worse.
Start losing. If we don't,
we're already losing.
No, but we're 7-7. We're in the hunt for the we're in the hunt for the playoffs. And so here's the issue.
We're in the
as
hunt
far
for
as
the first round.
And he
loss.
has looked great at times.
As far as Raheem Morris goes,
and he makes great veteran moves. You know who will also eventually make great veteran moves once he's given the chance? Penix.
Well, we're about to find out, because if he does well and Atlanta does make the playoffs, then it's like, well, good. We did what we were going to do with Kirk, and now we've got some experience for our future quarterback. But if he comes out here and tanks, and then there's going to be a lot of questions of,
he throws 4 interceptions a game. Is that any different than what?
But Kirk's proven. That's my thing.
Proven to throw 4 interceptions a game.
He ain't throwing 4 a game.
On average? You don't think he's throwing about 3 or 4 a game?
He's played 14. He's averaged a little over 1.
Literally is not.
All right. He's 7-7. He's 500. All right.
The team is, yes.
He's 7-7. He's 500.
Okay. Bijan Robinson.
Is he on the team?
7-7.
Is he on the team?
Yeah.
All right. He's 7-7.
Okay, they all are. The team is, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
He's 7-7.
So is Penix.
Penix is 7-7.
As the starting quarterback, he is 7-7.
You just said, is he on the team?
As the starting quarterback, he is 7-7. So let's see what Penix can do in these last games. If he's 500, what are we losing?
Well, in that case,
and you're giving a rookie who is your future, because you drafted him pretty freaking early.
Yep, you did.
He is your future.
Yep,
you're giving him a shot. All right, and we go in the first round of the playoffs. What are we losing? You're expecting to lose anyway. Well, you just said you're expecting to lose anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Penix loses the first round of the playoffs, guess what? You expected to lose it with Cousins.
If he makes it to the first round of playoffs.
Well, on that logic, Drake London is the starting wide receiver, and he's 7-7 as the starting wide receiver. So we need to go with our backup wide receiver.
Oh my God!
Based on that logic,
Drake London's not dropping 8 billion passes. Drake London is not throwing, averaging 2 picks a game.
Well, we need to go to Charlie Warner and get rid of Kyle Pitts, don't we?
I 100% agree with that.
I agree with that, 100. Yes, because Kyle Pitts is trash. He was trash at Florida, and he's again trash in Atlanta. Worst draft pick in the history of the world from Atlanta Falcons.
Enough Falcons talk. Hopefully, the Falcons will continue to do well, and Penix will play well. That's kind of what we all hope. But let's talk a little bit about UGA now. Gunnar Stockton seems to be the starting quarterback, even though I hadn't really seen a report that they've confirmed that Carson Beck is not playing, and that could be strategic, from Kirby and them standpoint, or he could actually be still in the mix, because I heard that there was no damage to the UCL as far as major damage. So, regardless of who's starting, kind of what are your we know we can win it with Beck. Can we win it with Gunnar Stockton?
Yes. I think we have the team that can win it either way. I do think there's some games being played with not releasing what's going on with his arm. I think they know exactly what's going on, and I think he's not going to play. I think he's going to have Tommy John surgery. But last I heard, they were going for a second opinion. But to me, Gunnar Stockton brings a different energy, and it turns Georgia into a different football team. And you think about where we have gotten in trouble this year, and it has been because of turnovers. And when you don't have turnovers is when you run the ball and you play conservatively, like Alabama used to play, like Georgia has played before.
The issue's been we can't run it.
Well, that was no longer an issue once we got Gunnar Stockton into the game. We all of a sudden ran the ball all over the place. And a lot of the reason we haven't run the ball is because we haven't committed to the run because we've been pass first. And there's a certain degree of, hey, let's wait on the star player to save us. And I think that's what people were doing with Vick. And it only takes one drop pass per drive to kill a drive. And all of a sudden, everybody stepped up. The offensive line blocked better. The receivers caught the ball. And all of a sudden, we were moving down the field no problem. And I think that's largely because everybody dug deep and was like, hey, we got to do something to win this game. And
Beck ain't going to be able to do it.
And Beck ain't going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, you, sir.
Hand up. Go ahead, Law.
In general, Georgia don't do that in the fourth quarter anyway.
What?
Beck or Stockton involved. We don't do those things in the fourth quarter anyway.
What are those things?
Play better football in the fourth quarter. All season long, have we not played better football in the fourth quarter?
Oh, you're saying we do. You're saying we do.
Regardless of
we're second half.
or back in the game.
Yeah. Second half team.
Not just second half, fourth quarter.
Right. So, and I had the same thought this week that arguably you could say that Carson Beck probably would have come back and threw 4 touchdowns in the second half anyway because he's been that much better in the second half. The team has been. But I think Georgia's biggest issue has been motivation and focus. And maybe this locks us in a little bit on motivation and focus. I do think we need to temper our expectations. People are going crazy on Gunnar Stockton about how he's a 5-star and he's this great quarterback. He might be that, but right now he's a very limited freshman quarterback. He's very similar to what Brock Vandagriff has been at Kentucky this year, and that's not very good. So I think that, just limited because he hasn't had the playing time. I think they're both going to be very good, but they just haven't had time to get there yet. And that's where we're at now. So we need to temper our expectations. He's not going to lead that team with 300 yards passing and do all that, but we can still win with a good defense and a good running game. We still got the horses to just run all over folks.
Yep, and if the defense will play like it's played against Texas this year, we've got the defense to do it.
Yeah.
What you got, Law?
He brought pigs in a blanket. Still relying on that.
I don't think we're a quarterback driven team. I don't think we've ever been a quarterback driven team.
I think we have been this year because we haven't been able to run the ball. Beck's he's played bad at times, but he's also won us some games with his arm.
Oh yeah,
and I think.
See, that's the thing. If we get into a shootout, if we get
that's a bad.
Yeah,
because he had.
Dude, I miss bad takes from Law. I miss it. But
bad takes.
That's why the people have been wanting him back.
So I do.
Listen, clowns. We have the most drop passes, not just in the SEC, in all of NCAA college football. How in the piss do you think Beck has? He has brought us back and done this, that, and other.
He led the SEC in touchdown passes this year. That's a big deal.
He's also Georgia has also led the entire college football in drop passes.
Right,
we're not a
I didn't say our receivers led us.
We're not a quarterback-driven football.
Well, we haven't been a running game
this year because we haven't been able to run the ball.
So all of a sudden we think Stockton's going to just, hey, you know what? We're going to do this, that, and another.
No,
we're going to be Georgia. The defense is going to keep us in games, and again, we're going to do what it takes at the end of the game to come back and win. Hopefully we can keep it close in the first half. Hopefully we can keep it close and don't let it get away from us like Alabama did, like Ole Miss did. Because those games got away from us in the first half, we couldn't come back. It was too far, far gone.
My response to that is
there's no comeback.
The rest of the way, we're going to have to be how Georgia's typically been. But this year this has been an untypical Georgia team because we've thrown the ball a ton because we relied on Carson Beck to lead our team.
We don't have the same margin for error that we did with Carson Beck at quarterback. I'm interested to see what Gunnar Stockton does when we go empty set. Like I think Bobo's going to throw some. I'm going to make a prediction here.
Let's hear it.
So we get down to the red zone, and we're going to go empty set, and they're going to expect him to run the ball. We're going to do some fancy little jump pass type thing.
Tebow?
Yeah, Tebow-esque.
Is it going to score or is it going to get picked?
It's going to be a touchdown because everybody's they're focused in. Oh, we got it. We know he's going to run the ball when we go empty. Also, on a different note, do you think his GPA is going to go down after that hit he took last weekend?
Jordan went flicked for a minute.
Do you think
did his head come off?
Let
his head come off.
You know, he saw him stumble a little bit. Do you think he was?
Oh, he was definitely rattled.
Was he out when he got hit? You think?
Yep. I literally wouldn't be surprised at all if he was undercover in concussion protocol this week at UGA.
I was shocked that they didn't take him out of the game to just evaluate. Now, they ended up having to take him out because of his helmet getting knocked off. But like that is the play where you need to do an evaluation on the sideline.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that was one of the hardest hits I've ever seen.
Lifted.
Yes, he did. It was impressive. All right, guys, it is time for our final commercial break. On the other side, though, we got a little game we're going to play, and we need to make our college football predictions, and then Opie's got somewhat of a little mediocre rant that he wants to go on, so y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905, member FDIC.
We're here, Big Ugly Sports Show, segment 3 coming your way. We're going to save Opie's. All of y'all are getting ready to tune out. We're going to save Opie's rant for near the end, so you can tune out for that. But do have a little game I want to play with y'all. We hadn't had the Bus Cup in a while because Wade's just been irrelevant. But I was thinking the other day when I was riding, I said a neat little game will be a stadium game, and so. I didn't do any college football. I did professional this time, so some of them will probably be hard for y'all. But I picked three baseball, 3 football, and 3 basketball professional stadiums, and I'm going to give you the stadium name, and you see if you name the team. That's a pretty cool game, isn't it? All.
I like it. I thought you was going to make us name the stadium.
No. I'm going to give you the stadium.
I was going to lose.
Okay. But you can't. Well, you probably still lose, but
trash.
You can't look here. Okay, so
they're either baseball or football.
They're baseball, football, or basketball?
Ain't nobody studying no basketball.
Well, these I went with some easier ones than basketball to help you. Some more common ones. All right. Do y'all want me to tell? Will it make it easier if I tell you the sport to start with?
No, don't. Let's start off on high difficulty and lower it as needed.
Okay. All right. Well, this is high difficulty here. Okay.
I wish we had our whiteboards.
We do over there. All right.
So I could write it down.
This one is
spelling might be an issue.
Sutter Health Park. Sutter is how I'm assuming you say it. This is the hardest one on the whole list.
Yeah, that's the way to start off.
Well, you said highest difficulty to the least. That's what you just came out of your stupid mouth. So.
Health Park.
Sutter Health Park.
What sport?
Baseball.
Yeah. Ooh. I figured it was baseball, but I have no idea.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Nope.
LA Angels.
Oakland Athletics. Tough. All right, here we go. Another hard one in baseball. Guaranteed Rate Field.
What a name.
Seattle Mariners.
Good guess, Law. Nope. American League.
Detroit Tigers.
White Sox.
Oh.
All right, here's a more friendly one.
I was in the right division.
Is this one of them things where the field's got a name and the stadium's got a different name?
Shouldn't. No, I think
it used to be Comiskey.
Like Truist Park would be the break. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another. All right. This one y'all may know. Oracle Park. Oracle Park.
Ooh.
And they also had a team out there.
Which sport?
In the NBA. This is baseball, but they also had a team out that way that played in Oracle Arena for NBA.
Seattle Mariners.
No.
If I say it every time.
You said baseball, right? LA Angels.
Giants. San Francisco Giants.
I knew it was out west.
All right, here we go. Football. Now we're in the NFL. This one ought to come home a little bit better. So far, 0 for 3. Started off too hard. All right. Lincoln Financial Field. Ooh. Y'all know this one. You know this one.
The Redskins?
No.
football. Lincoln Financial. Philadelphia Eagles.
Good job, Law.
Way to go, Law.
But
He might have saw my.
I didn't. But I really thought it was. I thought the name of that stadium was a different name.
Lincoln. It might be, but the field is Lincoln Financial Field. That's the name. But that's the name of the stadium. No, these are stadium names.
Yeah.
Hush.
This is not what I thought it was.
All right, Nissan Stadium, NFL. Close to home.
Carolina Panthers.
Nope. Close though. Close to home.
Miami Dolphins.
Tennessee Titans.
Oh.
All right, here. This one's got a lot of history in it. Soldier Field.
Chicago Bears.
There we go.
I knew that one.
So this is where that's more of the rhythm I need to be in.
I knew that. I knew that.
As easy as can be.
I hate to do these last ones. Now we're in the NBA.
Oh, this is going to be trash. LA Clippers.
TD Garden.
TD.
You know it. There's only two teams that have Garden in the name.
Boston Celtics is one of them.
Yes, and that's them. TD Garden.
What?
TD Garden. That's the arena they play in.
All right, so I got it because I said it. He asked the question. Boston Gardens.
Don't say
Boston
Matt.
Garden.
TD Gardens.
What was you going to say? I was Marvin Gardens.
All right, here we
That's
go.
not Gardens. That's Marvin Garvin.
United Center. Come on. Think back. Used to be really, really good.
Detroit Pistons.
No.
What?
The Bulls. Chicago
Bulls. Thank you. United Center. Chicago Bulls. All right, last one. State Farm Arena.
The Hawks.
Thank you. Hey.
I thought the Hawks played in the Omni.
No, you a little late on that. All right, well, I thought that'd be a little better. Next time I needed height here. This is
I'm going to tell you what. The West Lawrence Raiders was getting crunk yesterday. They had a DJ there for the basketball game.
Did they really?
Yes, it was crunk.
Man,
you could hear the DJ in the wrestling room.
It's crazy.
What is going on out there, dude?
It's crazy how much better the basketball program is these days.
I agree.
There's no telling.
I don't disagree one
Coach
bit.
Isaiah, Coach Stevens may have that thing up to some region state title.
I hope so. And Raji too.
Not a chance. Raji's just hoping to finish third in that region. He's just happy with that.
All right, let's Opie, do you want to do your rant now before we do our college pick?
Yeah, it's real short. It's just that, and it's a little old, but it reminded me of it this morning. The CMAs, all the top awards for the CMAs was like Shabuzi, Post Malone, Beyonce, and all those poppy country songs. And I like all kinds of music. I listen to all kinds of music, and I'm glad that I like those songs. I liked that music, but they're not real country songs. They're just, and so to me, they should not be winning country music awards. Like, they're pop songs who have a little country feel to them. They're not country songs.
So you afraid we see in country music?
I don't think it's going to go away, but it's just going to create another sector within country music, which is fine. But they shouldn't be winning awards for country music songs. Those are pop songs, And I just think there's a difference, and you need to delineate between the two.
Delineate, good word. So, but you do like them, and are you a fan of the collaborations between rappers and country singers?
Yeah, I mean, I like all of it. I like the songs. I like listening to them. I like the Shabuzi song. I like the music. I'm all for it. I'm glad people are getting into country music. I'm glad it's becoming more popular. Love all that. But let's not give them country music awards that, in my mind, should belong to country music artists singing traditionally country music songs. Like, create a division for that type of country music, and give them that.
Hank Williams Jr. hated the Country Music Association. They give these awards. It's what you get. It's what gets played on the radio. If the radio chooses not to play your music, you don't win those awards. Mm-hmm. The only award he ever won at the CMAs was the one about concerts, and I can't remember what the award.
Performer of the Year.
Performer of the Year. Hank won it every year. because ticket sales. That goes off of ticket sales. It has nothing to do with the radio. But the radio refused to play him.
Why?
Something about his music.
Country music, bad boy.
He was one of the radio just would not play him, so he'd never win Performer of the Year, or Male Artist of the Year, stuff like that. But he would win maybe it's Performer of the Year, whatever one for the concerts. What if the radio would stop playing it? Those Shabuzi won't be winning those awards. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce won't be winning those awards if country music radio will stop playing her.
Well, I'm not helping because we've played Shabuzi, a bar song, at my house on Alexa a million times.
Good song.
Kids, they love it. AC loves it.
I love it. I like it.
We have to. There's a bad word in there. We got to kind of we mumble through that one. But
he used to talk about it. About the CMAs all the time. It used to piss him off, like to the point. I think one year he wouldn't even go up and accept the award. Like he didn't even go.
Wasn't there a big stink this year though, because Shabuzi's A Bar Song was tops of the charts and it didn't win an award?
I don't know.
At some, I thought it was the country. Anyhow, at some awards it didn't win anything, and they were making a big deal about it. All right, enough of that terrible rant.
Was a god awful rant.
Let's finish the show here with our predictions. Good weekend for football this week. This is the first year of the 12-team playoff. We've all been looking forward to this, and so.
Hey, before we start, how about that Army-Navy game?
How about it?
It's nice, wasn't it?
Donald,
did you watch
45 and 47 were there.
Did you watch it?
Donald J.
Did you watch it?
No, some of it.
At the beginning, this is a neat little thing. I didn't know this, but they've been doing this since 1945, since World War II. Is the Naval Academy and the cadets, whatever the Piston Army is called, they swap seven cadets for 7 Army dudes. Or the cadets are Army. 7 midshipmen for 7 cadets. They swap and they have to spend a year at each other's school. At the beginning of that game, they swap them back. It was really neat. If you get a chance to go on YouTube and look it up and watch them, where they go out there and they salute each other.
I wonder what
and the Army and Navy guys swap back over, and they get to go back to their colleges.
What's the thought behind that? I wonder.
Just to learn to train. Unity. Learn to train as one army instead of two separate divisions.
They have. I mean, the military is great. That's
an awesome tradition. It's at the beginning of that game every year since 1945.
And I'm assuming you pulling for the Navy in that game.
I did.
Yeah.
But I'm realistic. I'm a Navy dude.
Yeah, pulling for America. Really?
As an American, did you see the official the other day in the football game? Was it HBCU game? I don't know. It might have been.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Saluted.
He got out there and.
Oh, I did.
And he saluted before he made a call.
Right before he called a penalty.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Did you see the referee on the sideline last night in that Milton game that pulled his hamstring running down the sideline?
That would be me. Like a sniper shot you in the back.
I saw it in the corner of the TV, and I was texting the group, and then they kept showing replays of that guy over and over and over, just dragging up, and I felt that pain. I've been there, and
every year when we do the powder puff game, and I'm chasing the girls down the sideline when they score a big long touchdown, I always keep thinking, "Oh, don't pull a hammer, don't pull a hammer." It'd be so embarrassing in front of the
great content. All right, let's get into our picks for this week. We're running kind of short on time here, but 4 good games this weekend with a lot on the line. And these are home games for the actual college teams that are playing in it. So you got Clemson plus 12 going to Texas. Who do y'all like there? We're doing it with the spreads this week.
What's spread?
12. Clemson getting 12.
I didn't hear that.
I'll go first. Give me Clemson. I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm believing in Nick Eason and the gang over at Clemson. Been riding with them all year, so give me Clemson with the 12.
12 points is a lot.
I would say I'm looking. I think Texas wins that game, but I don't think they cover 12. I think it's a close game.
12 points. That's almost 2 touchdowns. Oh, yeah. I know that's obvious to say,
a college football playoff game.
Yeah, in a playoff game.
Playoffs.
But I'll take Texas.
All right. Man, hey, 12? Dude, ain't no way anybody give me Texas.
All right. Except them home.
A big spread here, too, I feel like. Tennessee plus 7.5 at Ohio State.
A lot of orange in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
A lot of orange. So you got so Tennessee plus 7.
Would you consider Texas orange?
Yeah. Burnt orange.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's really no other color to consider.
Like a rust color. Like
rust orange, yep.
Burnt orange is literally the name.
Literally the name of their color.
Literally. literally.
All right, Law. Tennessee plus 7.5 versus Ohio State.
I like Tennessee. I hate to go actually root for Tennessee, but I hate Ohio State, and I refuse to pick them.
Yeah, I'm same. I'm going Tennessee just because I can't stand Ohio State. And I want Caleb Downs to
Cooper
lose.
Johnson is not that I like Tennessee.
I'm still bitter. Caleb Downs pulled out the rug from under Georgia when he's transferred and went to Ohio State, so I hope they lose.
I feel the same way, but I'm going to choose integrity over loyalty here, and I'm going to say Ohio State wins.
Okay, all right. The game I will probably pay the least attention to, but I will still watch it. But SMU plus 8.5 versus Penn State.
See, that's a tough one because Penn State, I think, has better players, but they don't have an explosive offense. And SMU doesn't have the players that Penn State does, but they have an offense that can score a bunch of points. I think I'm tempted to go with James Franklin because I think they're due for a big win because they haven't had one in forever.
Since we turn up, since Sandusky.
But sometimes points. I'm gonna go. Oh, chill.
Did you? I'm surprised you let that ride.
I was in my own head. I wasn't listening to you so much. Just because
you must have been deep in thought. I said that clear to him.
Actually, no,
he already had a speech prepared. You ruined it with the Sandusky.
And you know what? I changed my pick. I'm going to SMU.
Oh man, Law, did you pick yet?
I like Penn State. I like their defense a little better than SMU's offense.
Give me SMU for the outright win. All right, Indiana plus 7. Quentin Clark, former Raider, red shirt, I believe, but he's still there. Indiana plus 7 going to Notre Dame. Does the storybook season for Indiana come to an end?
How's this not already a rival game? I don't understand why both these teams have not already played one another.
Well,
every year
Indiana's
they should play Indiana. Well, I'm saying it should be a rivalry. I mean, they're right down the road from one another.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point, Law.
I don't understand. It should be like they're neighbors. Since the beginning of it's like Georgia playing Georgia Tech. You got to play that game, even though overwhelmingly Georgia wins it.
We'll see if we can't cause people to get the ball rolling on that.
That's crazy. That should be a rivalry game. And I'm going with the West Lawrence alum,
Quentin Clark. Okay,
Quentin Clark. I'm going with Indiana.
Give me Notre Dame. I don't care for Notre Dame, but I think Indiana's just not great. But
I'm gonna tell you what I was told a long time ago by a friend of mine, Brian Hall, back in when we put a few wagers on football games. Mm-hmm. It never bet against My Fair Lady. Never bet against Notre Dame. But I'm doing it this time. I'm going with it.
I'm going to go Indiana as well. Sorry.
Do Illinois in there. And put Illinois.
What are my odds on Illinois winning? Got to be high.
I'm betting 1,000,000 to 1 odds. Illinois does not win this game.
I like how y'all keep putting the noise on the end of it too.
Illinois is a light night.
Like they loud.
What's Indiana?
Illinois plus 7 versus Notre Dame.
Indiana.
Okay. Well, why did you ask what the spread was? Like Indiana. You finna change.
I was joking. I was like, "What's the spread between Illinois?"
Okay. Indiana. I'm using Michael Penix Jr. Quote from when they won their bowl game. They keep trying to write us off, but we didn't write them back. Well,
what a way to end it. A terrible take and then that comment right there.
Terrible quote.
That's
a terrible quote from Michael Penix. Quick? I got to go.
Okay. Law got to go get the kids.
Wheels on the bus. I got to
bring us home, Oak.
Only bus driver.
Give us likes. Give us subscriptions. Give it to us on. We need them.
Yeah,
we need them.
If you want a show to hang around, we need them.
Chill's self-worth is very closely tied to this show. He needs it. Appreciate Miss Law for the snacks this morning. Love y'all, mean it.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you for all you do. Sponsors, we love you. We can't do it without you. Wherever you're at there, whatever you're doing, tell them what to do, OP.
Get on that bus.
Yeah, they swishing. Yeah, swishing. Yeah, and they swishing.